Outlander came to a shocking conclusion during the season 5 finale last month, as the Fraser family were ripped apart by some heinous acts by a number of local villains. However, it has now been revealed Brianna Fraser star Sophie Skelton almost didn't make it into the iconic role in the Fraser family. Outlander fans were left devastated at the end of season 5 of the Starz show last month. After a relatively quiet season, Claire Fraser, played by Catriona Balfe, was kidnapped by Lionel Brown, Ned Dennehy, after he found out about her giving his wife medical advice under a male pseudonym. Thankfully, her husband, Jamie Fraser, Sam Hugan, eventually found and saved her and brought her back to Fraser's Ridge, safe and sound. Brianna Fraser, Sophie Skelton, and her husband, Roger Mackenzie, Richard Rankin, discovered the news about Claire's kidnap after they failed to go back to the future. While the duo were convinced they wanted to live in the present day, their minds betrayed them and catapulted them back into the past when they tried to use the mystical time-traveling stones. However, it has now been revealed Brianna star Sophie almost didn't make it into the shoes of her Diana Gabaldon-penned character in the first place. In a recent interview, Sophie detailed the audition process for her role, and how not hearing back for some time left her feeling hurt. Speaking to Town & Country magazine, Sophie explained, "I think the first time I auditioned for Brianna was about 2014, and then I didn't hear anything for a year. As fans of the show may know, this is a little unusual for a show, as usually the audition process works quite quickly." Sophie continued, "There aren't many times where you really feel protective over the role. For some reason, I really did for Brianna." Sophie then explained how difficult the process was for her, as she added, "You go on so many auditions and often you don't hear anything, and that's fine. But this one actually really hurt." Thankfully, fans will recognize that this eventually ended in Sophie's favor, as she did take on the role when the show came to air. Recently, Claire star Catriona spoke out about her colleague Sam, and what irritates her about him. Speaking about production behind the scenes, Catriona explained, "We actually very rarely, do we, get annoyed with each other. Which is quite astounding considering that we do work so closely together." Despite this initial sentiment, she did go on to confess some details about Sam that irked her during filming. She continued, "His timekeeping can sometimes irk me when I'm left standing waiting for him quite often." She went on to add, "I probably boss him around a bit so that probably irks him about me. But we made a very conscious decision in the very beginning when we started the show that we were the only two people who would understand each other's experience. And that we had each other's backs throughout this, because we didn't know what it was going to be, but we knew that we had to stick together as a team. We have done that and it's so important." Catriona concluded, "I can't imagine having done a show of this magnitude for this long without having a partner with us, and it's made it easier 100%, and I'm very grateful for that."